Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Heal, your career transition coach, hoping you transition from the job you do to the job you love. So I've been talking in the last few videos about things you can do if you're thinking about quitting your job or changing your job. So today I'd like to talk about goal setting. And goal setting is good because it's another way to look at perhaps what you would like to do career-wise in the future. So in setting goals, I recommend looking as far as 5 years ahead into the future. And if you can't manage that, just make it 2 years or 1 year. It doesn't have to be 5 years. But 5 years will give you a really good broad outlook. So think about your life and where you would like to be in, say, 5 years or 1 year or 2 years' time. And don't just look at your career. Look at every aspect of your life. You know, where would you like your family to be? What would you like your income to be? Where would you like to live? What would you like to be doing, hobby-wise and work-wise? And so try and build a picture of what your life would look like at the end of that goal period, whatever you decide that's going to be. And then what you can do is break it down. So if, for example, you said I needed to earn, go from earning 50,000 to 100,000, if I wanted to double my income, say, in 5 years' time. So what would that mean in income increases each year to get there? So you could break it down into chunks, say yearly chunks. Or maybe a better example is a savings goal. If you wanted to save so much money in a certain $100,000 in 5 years, say, then that would mean you would have to save $20,000 a year. So you break that down into chunks, and that means you would have to save 1/12 of $20,000 per month. And then if you wanted to break it down even further, that would mean you'd have to save a quarter of that amount per week, quarter of your monthly amount per week. So you can break your goals down into bite-sized chunks to make them more achievable. And I sort of recommend doing that, at least if you're looking at, like, say, a 5-year period. You could break your goals down into sort of 1 year chunks to make them more achievable and, I guess, easy to conceive. And in setting goals, I recommend that they be what's called SMART goals. They need to be specific. So you don't want to say something like, I want to become a better person in 5 years' time. It needs to be a specific goal. I want to live at this place. I want to earn this much money. I want my family to go on this many holidays per year. It needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable. So you need to actually add a number to it. It needs to be achievable. So you don't want to say something like, I want to go from earning $50,000 a year to $1 million in 12 months. I mean, heck, you might, that might be achievable, but it's generally not. So it needs to be achievable, but don't make it too easy, because then it won't be a challenge. Similarly, it needs to be something realistic, and it needs to have a time period to it. That's why I'm suggesting that you pick a period. So of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 years for your goals. So have a look at your goals. Spend some time, if you can, have a looking at your goals, and that will influence some of your decisions you might be making about your career choices. So that's my tip for today. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment or contact me. So very happy to help. So until I talk to you next time, have a great day and do what you love.